Good morning, commodities traders. Welcome back to technical analysis on natural gas, UNG, oil, US dollar, gold, and silver. We'll be looking at their support and resistance levels, as well as the most likely scenario or price to be heading into later next week. Hope everyone is having a great long weekend. There's going to be no trading tomorrow. But all right, let's take a look at the charts. And all feel free to like, share, and subscribe. They're always appreciated. And let's get started. So we're looking at natural gas on the daily time frame and on the adjusted chart. So we're adjusting this for no contract gaps. Personally, that is what I put more weight on when the chart is adjusted without the contracts. All right, so pretty much we hit that resistance that I talked about on Thursday. Rejection here, rejection here, rejection here, rejection here. And it looks like it's one of those long-term resistance, and it makes sense after running up 50% to have a rejection there. And I talked about that, saying that we may potentially get a bull flag if bulls can actually hold. That would be the first time that bulls are able to hold a bull flag, because I've never seen bulls hold bull flags. I mean, look at this. Yeah, gave it all back. Same thing, gave it all back. So far we have, after Friday's move, we don't have a bull flag anymore either. So you can see we broke below the 0.382 line, and now we close also below it as well. Now what I want to see from the bulls is that they hold the 50% retracement mark. If they do, then they have a chance of potentially breaking this resistance. If they don't, and they break through the 50% mark, that's going to start favoring the bears now, giving them enough space that the bears can make a lower high, meaning that they can confirm downtrends with lower highs. Because if you have so much space, right, even if we bounce like 10% from here, it's still a lower high. And versus, from here, we can still form a higher low versus this low, because there's so much space on this bounce that we could potentially change the weekly uptrend. So that's pretty much the battle between bulls and bears around the zone. I want to see bulls be able to hold this zone, maybe consolidate a little bit sideways and potentially start curling up. Then that may be a potential weekly higher low entry. Let's go to the weekly time frame for more clarity. Let's see here. So for the weekly, every candle is 1 week, and let's see next week. So let's say we come down here next week, and we've just formed like a small doji candle, like a lower wick, and then the next week start coming back up a little bit. Then that may be a potential entry there, and you just set your stop loss below the prior week, potentially to get that weekly higher low going. And if we don't get that weekly higher low, we're just gonna roll over, and that will confirm the weekly downtrend, which happened over here. All right, picking up drop. Bulls tried here, and just kidding. And we have a weekly trend change to the downside. So that's why you would just set that stop loss and you have a small loss. And if we do get that weekly higher low, then our upside is a lot higher, right? We'll come down here first. And if we can break that, then we're looking for this to break above this weekly high. That'll be a weekly uptrend confirmed for the very first time. There's a couple of fake outs here. Weekly uptrend here confirmed, and zero follow through came back in a while. So if the bulls can pull that off, then we could potentially mark a longer term bottom if we can get some weekly trends going. And but as of now, that would take a couple weeks. So we'll see how bulls react to the bears this coming week after a significant drop from that resistance. They definitely need to want to hold above the 50% mark for potentially get more upside. And if you're a bear, you want to break that 50% mark and get a shallow bounce and come from that daily downtrend. And you'll likely get more follow through if that daily downtrend confirms. And maybe we'll come back down to retest this breakout point where it's 2.28, where we were trading around this resistance for a very, very long time. So if the bears can break 50% mark and come down, confirming a daily downtrend, there's a good chance that they want to retest this supply zone and to see if they can crack through it or not. If they can't crack through it, then bulls probably buy it back up. But that, and let's take a look at UNG. And if you guys want to learn more about swing trading, day trading, or check out any of your sticking points, make sure you check out the Patreon link. Or if you guys want to support the free channel, and check out the Patreon link in the YouTube comp below. And head over to YouTube, support the YouTube channel as well if you're not on YouTube. And take a look at UNG. So UNG, similar idea, hit that pretty much resistance zone for me. Rejection, same line as NatGas, and hit this as well. Looking down, but its UNG is slightly stronger, and you can see the retracement here is we haven't even broken the bull flag retracement yet. So UNG is slightly stronger than NatGas, but they move in the same direction. And so pretty much, if NatGas starts bouncing, then UNG will hold its bull flag and potentially chop around here. Maybe we'll see how the bull flag is going to form. Maybe go something like that, like bounce a little bit here, curling down at this level, and then once the bull flag breaks out, then we may potentially break that long-term resistance. Well, of course, depends on NatGas, and yeah, we'll see about that. Similar idea. If we can form the bull flag here, that means the weekly pivot will be set as well, but a lot of volume was settling here once we hit that top. A lot of bear volume coming down from that area, and yeah, let's see if bulls can confirm weekly uptrends for the first time in years, maybe months. But if they do, then that is definitely a notable shift. But for now, let's give them the chance and see if they can do it. If not, just get stopped out. So next 2 weeks is going to be pretty key overall for NatGas. And oil is just still in this megaphone. So after we talked about the downtrend being confirmed, after breaking this pivot low, see big drop, higher low set, lower low, meaning breaking this low. So that's a daily downtrend confirmed. And just been megaphoning. So pretty much a megaphone is just a widening pattern, just like that. And this one's already pretty clear. It's pretty much like that. So it's just a widening pattern, and see no follow through, lower low, no follow through, bounce again, bounced again, rejection here, rejection here, rejection here. That's pretty much what oil's been doing at this bottom of this range. And as long as this doesn't confirm a daily uptrend, then not really gonna do much. Probably just chops around until it gets more data comes out. Oil is very geopolitical sensitive, so we'll have to see. But big enough drop, slight bounce, rejection from 12 EMA, and inside bar on Friday. So Friday was just a no event, really, pretty much. If bears want to take this lower, they need to break below this maroon line, which is this resistance, 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 now acting as support. So they need to break through that for more downside follow through. If they can't, bulls are just going to bounce from there again, and bull bounce again from here and start confirming daily uptrends. Then we may go back to a little bit more upside. But as of now, bears are still in control, and we'll have to see if bears are want to taking below this longer term support. All right, take a look at US dollar. Yep, still downtrend. I talked about right when we got up to this area. I talked about this weekly equilibrium, where big move up, and the next move is going to be within the next move. You can see, and I said that we're likely going to get rejection here because we can confirm weekly equilibriums like this and just tighten up. And I said that we still need to confirm a daily downtrend at that time for us to be more confident in that weekly pivot. Said, and we ended up making a double top with a daily downtrend right here. So we confirmed a lower low, and now we're just still in daily downtrend. As long as this pivot is not broken above, then daily downtrend is intact, and we'll just keep on sticking to the trend. So bounce, didn't bounce high enough above this, so downtrend still intact, and just a slight pullback on Friday. So we'll see. Maybe we'll come down here, and then bulls wants to try to buy the dip, double bottom here. But if not, they break through this low again, then just daily downtrend just continuing this trend until potentially get us a little bit lower here. Then we bounce, get that tiny range, But we'll know when bulls shows up. But at the moment, not as much yet. There is some supply down here, this zone. That's why we bounced right there. But if we come back down again, supply will be depleted from the last time, and there's a better chance for bears to bring it down. Right. Gold. So that is a blow off top look. So I talked about this on Thursday. Maybe we'll get that head and shoulders look. Head, shoulders, shoulders, left shoulder, head, and then potentially right shoulder. Head and shoulders just an uptrend into a downtrend. That's the psychology of it. And we might actually go a little bit lower. So let's say we don't have to go lower. Head and shoulders just an uptrend into a downtrend, no big deal. But we can see that currently on Friday, they tried to retest this prior resistance, right? We broke above it, and now we came below it. So, and then retested again there, and then rejected there. So that's not a really good sign. After a big day drop, there's a good chance we might head a little bit lower, maybe down here to finish it lower of this range. And then we bounce for that right shoulder here. But as of now, gold bulls got rejected from the prior resistance here. Now again, because this was that tiny range, or this was acting as support, right? And this was acting as resistance. And when you finally broke out of that, and then the bears took it back down. Now it's back to resistance. Yeah, so that's not that great, but we'll see how Monday, if the bulls can get over that. If not, then when I'm looking at the lower level of this range, potentially this 2288 range, head a little lower, and then potentially bounce for that right shoulder. And it's over. Similar idea, just a slight bounce and then head lower. But it's definitely a lot better chart than gold at this moment. See gold pretty much retrace most of that bounce, and silver is still holding a decent amount of that bounce. So silver is definitely outperforming, but it's still going to follow gold if gold starts dropping a lot more. So it will just keep on tanking. But if gold pulls back another leg and silver comes back down here, then I'm looking for silver to bounce off of this longer term. Sorry, not longer term. This prior resistance as well. See rejection, broke out of it. If it back tests, I want to see it bounce from it. And yeah, still a lot of room for silver bulls at this moment to hold this level. And the chart will still look very healthy. It's just that I'm a little concerned about the gold chart, because once gold breaks down, silver is not going to just hang up here and ignore gold. That's the only downside about it at this moment. But if gold strengthens, then silver will just outperform more. Sometimes their relative strength and relative weakness shifts back and forth. So keeping an eye watch on that. And yeah, at this moment, silver looks decent. All right, have a great rest of you guys weekend, and thanks for everyone supporting the channel, as well as feel free to comment below if you guys got any questions, and head over to YouTube if you guys have any questions, comment there as well. And I'll see you guys on probably Tuesday or Wednesday or Thursday, depending on the update. But there's no trading on Monday, so we will see. But I'll update you guys next week for sure. And have a great rest of you guys this weekend.